Hey guys, welcome to another science lesson here. Today we're going to talk about decomposition reactions. So previously we talked about identifying chemical formulas for common elements and compounds. Now we're going to talk about taking a compound and breaking it down into its purest form, which is an element. I mean, an element can't be broken down any further than what it is. So we've previously talked about the states of about matter and how matter can be split into pure substances or a mixture. Well, pure substances can either be an element or a compound. And you can't, from a compound, you can go back to an element, but you can't go any further from a element to anything else. So with a decomposition reaction, so decomposition reaction, we are breaking something down. See, we are going from step A here and going to B. Or more likely, what we are doing is we are taking a compound, so say compound AB, and breaking it into its component parts. So A plus B. Now, the easiest way to do this, and there's another video that you guys can watch after this, is the electrolysis of water. So breaking water down its component parts. Sorry. Now, if we were to write out water, we know the formula for water is H2O, and we know that we have hydrogen and we have oxygen, and based on this subscript number, so any number that's wrote to the bottom here, again, that's a subscript. If numbers are written up here, they're in superscript. But anyways, we have a subscript 2 here, so we have 2 hydrogens compared to 1 oxygen. So we know, because we have 2 elements here, so the hydrogen and the oxygen, we are dealing with a compound. So again, we are dealing with H2O. So if we were to take this and do the electrolysis of the water, like I said, when we are breaking it down in the decomposition reaction, we would be going hydrogen breaks down into its component parts. Now, I also talked about in previous videos here that we have such things as diatomic elements, and these would be given to you. And in this case, when we're writing out our chemical formula here, hydrogen and oxygen are both diatomic elements, so they can't exist by themselves. And again, they're diatomic, so di meaning 2, so they have to exist together. So that is a decomposition reaction there of breaking down the water into its component parts. And the next thing you do is balance. And balance is something that we'll get into. But what you do is you just get everything on the reactant side has to equal the product side. So these are the reactants over here. These are the products over here. And you can see, based on the subscript, I have 2 hydrogens right there. And I have 2 hydrogens right here. So they're balanced. However, I only have 1 oxygen right here. And I have 2 hydrogens right here. So what that means by having only 1 here and 2 here is that that's unbalanced. So I need to have them equal. So what I would do, and the only thing you can do, is you can write big coefficients in front of each compound. So I put a big 2 in front of there. That 2 applies to everything in the water molecule. So that means I have, and you also multiply the numbers here. So that means I have 4 hydrogen now. And I have 2 oxygen. And over here, on the product side, you can see I only have 2 hydrogen. So now I need to put a big 2 there. 2 times 2 is 4, so I have 4 hydrogen. And I have sorry, why don't you just erase that? That's not correct. I have 2 hydrogen here, 2 oxygen here. And we can see over here I also have 2 oxygen, so that gives me a balance. So that is a decomposition reaction where we are taking water and taking it down into its component parts. Or we are kind of the idea of what the electrolysis is going to happen, the decomposition reaction that's going to occur when you break water down. So what that experiment will show you, how you're going to have more hydrogen than you will oxygen, because the overall formula of water is 2 hydrogen to only 1 oxygen. So hope you're able to learn a little bit about that today, and we'll see you next lesson.
Made with Doodlecast Pro.